Scheduled to round out your field in the 7th starting position and in the 24M car, the Bandit, Kane Molberg from Dunlap.
And Kane Molberg, not only your current points leader here, but also your current points leader up at the Buena Vista Raceway in Alta and Shelby County Speedway in Harlan. This guy has been on an absolute tear, whether in his green machine or his brother Shannon's car, which he is driving tonight once again. Kane just absolutely this year cannot be stopped. Matt Stubbe looks him over, and Mods for Mindy Night is green with Heat 1 of your Culver Sport Compacts. As they fired off down into turn 1 and 2, it is going to be Aldape and Reed side by side. There is, once again, Cody Cooper's car, but it is going to be Colton Ransom sitting up there in third, now trying to go side by side for second. Meanwhile, you have the Gage Cluster and Tyler Fievelkorn side by side. It's Riesdorf Fievelkorn, but it's going to be Gilbert Aldape leading lap number 1.
Still on the top shelf into turn number 1 this time is Ransom. He'll take the spot into 1 and off of 2. Trying to fight back on the inside is Trent Reed down the back straightaway. Aldape is off the pace down the back chute in the 7G. And to the lead goes Colton Ransom all of a sudden as they scatter around and dodge the 7 car.
Aldape not the only one having issues, as Tyler Fievelkorn for the past 2 weeks after he put a brand new motor in that car has been having issues, and it's biting him again tonight as he is called no joy, pulled it pit side, will be done for the heat race. Aldape seems to be back up to speed, but he has fallen back to 6th. Right now, it is Ransom, Reed, Riesdorf, Malberg, and Kerger, your top 5.
Ransom built a several car length lead all of a sudden in this one as we're side by side for the number 3 spot between Malberg and Riesdorf as we go down the back straightaway. Still on the inside is Malberg as he sets his sights on the 2nd position now as he is into 3rd.
2 laps to go as the green flag waving high in the air, and the hands of chief starter Matt Stubbe. Once again, is Colton Ransom in a borrowed car with a sizable advantage. Best battle shaping up on the track right now is Kane Malberg in 3rd, trying to get 2nd away from Reed, and does it with ease going into turn number 3. Now, does he have enough time with only 1 lap to go to try and go up against Super Rookie and take the heat race win?
Malberg enters a little higher and drives down the hill slightly, going through 1 and 2, as he is just 1.5 car lengths back, going down the back straightaway for the final time. He goes up higher and drives it in deeper. To the inside comes Malberg, looking,
nope.
Won't quite get it done.
So the Super Rookie, Colton Ransom, wins his first ever heat race. Congratulations to him. Kane the Bandit Malberg in 2nd, Trent Reed 3rd. The Gage Cluster Gage Riesdorf will round out 4th. And coming home in 5th, that is going to be the 9 of Tony Kerger. The 18 car, normally Dave Malberg would be piloting that, or I also call it the Malberg Community Car, but keep an eye on that one as well, as he had a great run last week in that. Cullen Gossage of the 21M to the inside of row number 3, and rounding out the field, the 32X of Nathan Wallstrom. So we've got some borrowed equipment. We saw how borrowing Cody Cooper's car worked for the 18 of Colton Ransom. Let's see borrowing Dave Malberg's, or the Malberg Community Car, see how that works for Dylan Houston. Matt Stubbe drops the green, and we are back to racing. As they take it down the front stretch, they fire it off down into turn number 1. It is going to be Cody Gordon with the early advantage. Braxton Wallace sitting there in 2nd. Dylan Houston in 3rd as he cuts off 32X Nathan Wallstrom. Oh, hang on to it, Dylan Houston, every which way but straight, and eventually goes around. Yeoman's work by the 21M of Gossage and by the 26 of Beam to avoid. He's going to get the car turned back around. We are going to stay green.
Cody Gordon, meanwhile, out to about a 10 car length advantage down the back straightaway that time, through 3 and 4 this time. And we have a battle possibly shaping up for the runner-up spot between Wallace and Wallstrom, who's making a charge from the rear of the field. Wallstrom sizing him up down the back straightaway this time. Trying to get up to the back bumper, slides up the racetrack slightly, And we'll have to settle for the third position one more time. Cody Cooper continues to show the way in this one. Wallace in second. Third is Wallstrom. And in fourth, if anything happens to either of those two, is Gossage and then Tanner Beam bringing up the rear, if not for Dylan Houston. 2 to go this time. Second, third, and fourth on the racetrack are very close to each other, as Gordon has checked out on this heat race. We come to the white flag. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Into 3 and coming off of 4. The checkered flag is in the air. Cody Gordon wins heat race number 2. And then in rapid succession behind him, it's Braxton Wallace, Nathan Wallstrom, and Colin Gossage. 5th spot on the field goes to Tanner Beam, and 6th will be Dylan Houston after a spin early on.
Row number 3 to the inside, that is the 53 of Joe Miller. And starting shot, actually it looks like Steve Hurst moved back a row, so that's going to put Casey Fredrickson in the 2C up to the outside of row 2. Now, I want you guys, when Casey Fredrickson comes by, to take a good hard look at that car. We have 2 pieces of paper. Each one is good for a brand new Casey Fredrickson shirt. We've got a trivia question that we're going to be asking here in a little bit, but you got to know what is on that car, so keep an eye out. We're going to hit the fun button, and we are sprint car racing. It is going to be Ferreira out to the early advantage. Gunnar Pike in second, Justin Bolte in third. Then you got Fredrickson and Miller rounding out that top 5. Monty Ferreira, he's going to come through. He's going to lead lap number 1, 7 to go.
Ferreira looking good out front so far, as Pike goes top shelf trying to track him down off of turn number 2 this time. But Monty Ferreira is already out to almost half a straightaway lead in that number 45. Remember to take a look at the 2 as he comes by. Fredrickson, as he goes for the number 2 spot. Gets to the bottom side of the racetrack, does Fredrickson. And he will go down the back straightaway all over the rear Nerf bar of the 25 of Pike. To the inside off of 4 this time. Slide job. He got him. Now back to the inside goes Pike. Pike to the inside. And in the black 2 on the outside, Fredrickson powers off of turn number 2 and is comfortably in the runner-up spot. They both go to the top in 3 and 4. Monty Ferreira continuing to show the way halfway home in heat race number 1. Bolte rounding out the top 5 with Joe Miller in 4th right now. Hurst bringing up the tail end of the field. Monty Ferreira not quite on the very bottom of the racetrack, but he is still running away with it. Fredrickson trying all he can. And now a caution flag is out for Joe Miller. Trouble for him as he spins in turn number 4.
Ruh-roh, Raggy, as they say. So awesome deal that they're doing, and got some favorites. Hopefully they do better. You know, obviously RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., I'm pulling for him, pulling for the 19R of the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Of course, I got a koozie right here, the Manitoba Missile, Ricky Weiss, a few others. But right now, let's go back to sprint car racing. As it's Monty Ferreira, he is going to take the advantage. But here comes Fredrickson out of 2. Fredrickson, he is going to try and get to the back bumper, right up to the tail tank of Ferreira. See if he can possibly do anything with him as we got 3 laps to go.
Ferreira slides across the groove. Fredrickson will go inside of him this time, and he kind of misses the bottom a little bit, maybe a little bit pinched off by the 45 car there. And Ferreira back out front down the back straightaway this time. Fredrickson will go top shelf, and once again sliding across is Ferreira. Now Fredrickson is right up back to the back bumper.
2 laps to go in heat race number 1. And look at Fredrickson. Fredrickson shot out of a cannon as he was on the high side of 1 and 2. Lost a little bit of ground as he had to hit the binders coming out or going into 3 and 4. White flag is out. Monty Ferreira still with your lead.
Ferreira trying to make that car as wide as he possibly can. Fredrickson will go top shelf once again off of 2. Will he try a crossover down into 3 and 4? Yes, inside, got him off of 3, off of 4. Fredrickson with a power move to the point and wins heat race number 1.
Somebody decided they were hungry and went to the Arby's, got themselves a slider as Casey Fredrickson, slide job out of 4 for the win. Monty Ferreira second. Gunnar Pike in third. Joe Miller in fourth. And Justin Bolte rounding out the top 5. What a run for that Fredrickson guy. Wow. $50 to 9th place, $50 to 10th place. A blanket from Rick and Kay Shirky to the mod winner, $25 gift certificates for the last place finisher. A mod tire to the modified driver who came the furthest and has not been here yet this season. Sigabar Chiropractic getting the first 30 kids in. All classes, 5th place will get a Finish Line gift certificate. $50 hard charger certificate from Finish Line, sponsored by the Stapleton Racing family. We'll go over the rest of them here in a minute. Right now, our final heat race is underway. As they fired off down into turn number 1, it is going to be Aaron Gilliam in the 4J for a half a heartbeat with the lead, as now the rookie, Brett Clubundy, easy for me not to say, takes over the lead. But here comes Superman with the cape blowing in the wind.
Clubundy protects the bottom into 1 and 2 this time. Superman to the top shelf, and will he drive around him down the back straightaway? No, can't quite pull even with the 77, who moves up the racetrack to the inside once again. Clubundy will lead once again, and he's keeping Snyder behind him so far.
Oh, problems for the 11S, Shadrick Spora, as he has called no joy. He is pulling it back to his pit stall and will be done. Right now, it is Superman Stu Snyder being held off by the rookie, Brett Clubundy. Clubundy this time to the high side with Snyder to the low side. Again, holding Snyder off for another lap.
Greenwood has done the same thing, so we're down to 4 cars in this heat race now. Clubundy's still out front in the 77, and Snyder goes down the back straightaway this time, trying to get a run into 3 and 4. He goes up top, and Clubundy will slide across the groove and make that car mighty wide.
From the first night, practice night for Spring Fling until now, Clubundy has definitely gotten a huge education in how to drive that RaceSaver sprint car. However, while he was able to hold him off for a few laps, not this time. New leader Superman with 3 laps to go.
Snyder biding his time and makes the correct move that time down the back straightaway, and he has already opened up quite the advantage in this heat race. Comfortably out front. Gilliam in third. 4th is Matty Miller. 2 to go.
As once again with 2 to go, it is Snyder. He has pulled away to a huge advantage over the 77 of Clubundy. Parks it right there along the cush. He's going to come down and see the white hanky in the air. 1 lap to go.
So smooth through 1 and 2 in that number 5 car with the Superman logo on the top wing. He got a win while he was away, and he looks to get another one tonight. Superman Stuart Snyder gets a heat race victory.
Stu Snyder wins. Brett Clubundy second. Aaron Gilliam in third. Maddie Miller with a 4th place finish. Great run for her. Ladies and gentlemen of the Crawford County Speedway, we ask you to do this each and every week, but this time we really want you to do it up big for Mindy. It's time to get up and on your feet. Let them hear you. Wave, make some noise, show some appreciation. It's a feature time for your Culver's Sport Compact. Row number 6 to the inside. That's a 7G of Gilbert Aldape into the outside, and also in a borrowed car, the 57 of Dylan Houston.
And bringing up the rear, at least in the starting lineup in the 61F, is Tyler Feeblecorn, still the national point leader.
Yes, as of now, but he has been having problems for the last couple of weeks with that car ever since they popped in a new motor. Still trying to track it down, so hopefully he can get a good run and keep that points lead going. Ladies and gentlemen, on Finish Line Racing Products Mods for Mindy Night, your first A feature is green. As they fire him off down into 1 and 2, it is going to be Kane Malberg. Surprise, surprise. Oh, we got him going around. That's a 9 of Kruger, 61F of Feeblecorn, and looks like Dylan Houston in the Malberg Motorsports community car. All three going around. 2 of them were able to get, well, Feeblecorn gets going. Unfortunately, Houston and Kruger not able to go, so we did not get a lap in the books. We are going to re-rack, repack, and restack for a complete restart. So as the RPMs are going to come up through 3 and 4, caution lights are out. We're going to try this again. Matt Stubbe looks him over, tells him, time to hit the fun button. We are racing. Again, down into 1 and 2 they're going to go, and it is going to be Wallace. Oh, car's getting a little bit sideways. Braxton Wallace, 3 wide coming at you. It is going to be Wallace, Malberg, and Wallstrom there for a moment, but look at the Bandit. He just cannot be stopped. It doesn't matter what marshal you send after him. Kane the Bandit Malberg with the lead.
The Bandit used the top side on the original start, and now on the restart.
Oh, not to interrupt you, but the 28R Trent Reed, a lot of smoke coming out of the back of that car. Unfortunately, I think that might be a power plant.
We stay green for now. Will he get off of the racing surface as Malberg comes around to complete lap number 2, 3 wide for the 3rd spot?
The 9 of Kruger started in the back, and he is marching his way in a quick and decided fashion as he is now side by side with Colton Ransom in the borrowed car from the 35C Gordon. Riesdorf with a problem as well, as he is going to fall off the pace. He is going to find his way down into the pits and be done. But look at Tony Kruger marching his way through the field.
Kruger on the inside as they go NHRA into turn number 1 for the 4th position. He's underneath of Ransom right now, and now going after Malmstrom to get on the podium. Feeblecorn is off the pace, but still rolling as we come down to almost halfway.
Oh, little bit of contact between the borrowed cars. That is Dylan Houston and Colton Ransom. No harm, no foul. Right now it is Malberg, Braxton Wallace, the 9 of Kruger all the way back up to 3rd. Then you've got Dylan Houston and a battle going on between Nathan Wallstrom and Ransom for that 5th spot.
The trunk is open on Wallstrom's car as Malberg entered lap traffic. Feeblecorn just trying to stay under power and get whatever he can out of tonight, as Malberg has opened up a sizable advantage in this main event.
So Nathan Wallstrom going for a little extra spoiler action. Not sure what the tech officials at IMCA are going to say about that, but right now, Kane Malberg is absolutely out of here. He is not only in another zip code, he is in another state. Problems with the 55G of Cody Gordon. He is going to call no joy, pull a pit side as the Malberg clips off another lap.
Might have had a tire go down on that silver 55G. He pulls to the infield, and we stay green for the runner-up spot right now. We are side by side. Down the back straightaway again. Malberg way out front. And into the 2nd spot is Wallace, but coming back on the inside is Houston.
With 2 to go. Oh, Houston drives it in way too deep. Ow, huge impact. Wow, Dylan Houston trying to go for 2nd, gets it in way too hard, way too hot. And unfortunately, Tony Kruger nowhere to go, slid right into the left front of the 18. Also, Colton Ransom with problems as the borrowed 35C is up there against the wall. Not sure what's going on with that car. The first points night of the year is the only one where he has not been in the top 5, but unfortunately tonight will not make it. So we'll have to wait and see on the Crawford County Speedway report next week on your employer, 105 The Hive, how the points shake out there. Matt Stubbe takes a look, and we are green. As it's going to be a green-white checkered finish down into 1 and 2. Kane Malberg already saying goodbye to Braxton Wallace. Wallace whipping that car like a rented government plow mule, trying to get back up to Malberg, but not going to happen. Meanwhile, they're 3 wide behind them. As you got Wallstrom, you've got Eldape, and you've got Beam. Beam the meat and the sandwich as white flag is out, 1 to go.
Malberg way out front, and as long as he is smooth through 4 corners here, he will pick up another victory here at the Crawford County Speedway. Down the back straightaway for the final time into 3. Coming off of 4, Kane, the Bandit, Malberg picks up another victory at the Crawford County Speedway.
And he will extend his points lead for sure, as second place is going to go to Braxton Wallace, third to Gilbert Eldape. 4th and 5th, I don't know. Tanner Beam and Colin Gossage looked way too close at the line there. But according to the scoring pylon, it shows Tanner Beam with 4th. So we will go with that until we are told otherwise.
On mods for Mindy Knight, $1,000 to win in the RaceSaver sprint cars as well. That means they're going to go 25 laps, a dozen sprint cars out here for your viewing pleasure for the final main event of the night. Get on your feet and wave whatever you have for them. Who's ready for a little thunder and lightning at the Crawford County Speedway?
As Kurt Russell said in the movie Tombstone, you wanted the thunder, well, now you've got it. 12 IMCA RaceSaver sprint cars ready to go 25 laps, 1,000 to win. Who's going to park in a Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet? I'm sorry, Van Wall Equipment Victory Lane in your Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet sprint cars?
Monty Ferreira and Casey Fredrickson on the front row. Here we go, sprint car racing. Monty Ferreira gets the first call through 1 and 2 this time. Fredrickson trying to power around him on the top side. It's like a replay of the heat race right now between these two. Going into the bottom side of the racetrack is Fredrickson, but Ferreira will get off and lead lap number 1.
It is Ferreira, Fredrickson, Miller. Here comes Superman and Gunnar Pike rounding out that top 5. Right behind him, that is Justin Bolte in 77 of Clubundy. Is Clubundy going to go high, wide, and around the outside? Right past Gunnar Pike, put himself in the top 5. As here comes Superman. Oh, thought about maybe pushing, and in fact does push it 3 wide. Fredrickson, Miller, and Stewart Snyder, 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Snyder tried to split him for a twofer down the front straightaway that time. Didn't quite get it done, but he is on the podium right now through the middle of the racetrack on top of Joe Miller right now as Ferreira opens up a little bit of a lead over Fredrickson.
Ferreira, he is just trying to get away from the mad bunch of Hornets right behind him. As things start to settle out just a little bit, you have to go all the way back to Justin Bolte and Gunnar Pike for the best battle on the track as Ferreira clicks off another lap.
Ferreira looking good out front, about 3/4 of the way up the Crawford County Speedway, banking through 1 and 2, and smooth through 3 and 4 in the gray 45. 5 down, 20 to go.
Fredrickson, Snyder, Miller, and Clubundy rounding out that top 5. They're all going to the whip, but right now have nothing for Ferreira as we are 5 down, 20 to go. As he's going to click off another lap.
If we do stay green, he will hit lap traffic in the next 5 or so laps. Fredrickson comfortably in the 2nd position in the number 2 car. Stewart Snyder in 3rd right now as they are strung out all over the Crawford County Speedway.
Monty Ferreira should, within the next lap and a half, catch up to lap traffic First on the hit parade is going to be Steve Hurst, followed by Matty Miller. Matty Miller is definitely getting quicker each and every week, though, in that 28 car. Big shout out to Matty Miller. But right now, Monty Ferreira getting ready to get into lap traffic with 17 to go.
Bundy trying to go after Joe Miller for fourth as he is getting better in that 77 car every time he shows up. As he tries to go top shelf around Joe, Monty Ferreira has caught lap traffic as we hit the flag stand this time.
It's side by side for fourth right now as you have LaBundy on the high side, Miller on the low side. Miller able to stave off the advances as Ferreira still has about 5 car lengths before he catches the 45 of Steve Hurst. It's a battle of the 45s, one leading, one trying not to go a lap down as Ferreira going to go to the outside, try to pass Steve Hurst.
Keep your head on a swivel as Superman Stuart Snyder has almost caught Fredrickson for that runner-up spot as Ferreira into lap traffic with no real problem as Matty Miller will be the next one. He tries to click off. Joe Miller comfortably in the fourth spot, and entering lap traffic now are Fredrickson and Snyder.
Fredrickson and Snyder, no problem getting around Steve Hurst. Snyder looked to the inside of Fredrickson, not happening. He's going to try and restack for another shot here in 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Monty Ferreira has caught up to the tail tank of the 28 of Matty Miller.
Ferreira trying to be smooth around the top side or at least above the middle of the Crawford County Speedway banking as he has caught Miller and he'll try to go by her in 3 and 4. Off of 4, he will get it done. Meanwhile, Snyder gets it done for the runner-up spot.
Superman is now officially up into second as we are halfway home. Now, here's the question. Can he get up there and mix it up with Ferreira? He has a long way to go and a short time to get there, no pun intended. But he had better go to the whip if he is going to have a chance at this lead.
If there's anybody that can do it, though, it is that man who puts on the cape, and it's hard to stop him as he goes inside and slides across the... No, he stays on the bottom of the racetrack to get by Miller, and he has the hook in the 45.
Now it is a horse race as Snyder definitely eating into the lead that Monty Ferreira has built up over the 15 laps we have run. They're going to go up against the 4J Aaron Gilliam this time in lap traffic.
Sometimes it's better to be in second, and that might be taking place down the back straightaway this time. Stuart Snyder will be all over the back Nerf bar of the 45 as he almost gets there. Ferreira still out front with 8 to go.
You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, and you don't ever count out Stuart Snyder. As right now, Ferreira still having problems getting around the 4J of Gilliam. Now he's going to go to the low side. He will get by him. That is going to help him gap Snyder ever so slightly with just 7 laps to go.
Little bit of insurance there, but Snyder immediately goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. He can't quite get by the slower car as Ferreira does have a little bit more of a cushion now. And that was very close quarters racing there with 6 to go.
Almost contact between Snyder and the lap car of Gilliam. Now Snyder going back to the whip as a little bit of a bobble from Ferreira as he comes out of 2, gets a little sideways. That is able to allow Superman to pull within about 3 car lengths of the 45.
Don't threaten me with a good time. To the top shelf goes Monty Ferreira through 1 and 2 this time. He'll pass first for the second time in this feature down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Monty Ferreira, you got company. Here comes Stuart Snyder. He has the lead off of 4.
New leader, Superman, flies right by Monty Ferreira. Now Ferreira goes from the hunted to the hunter as he is now going to the whip, trying to get back in touch with Snyder, but Snyder absolutely taking off. He has left the key on the counter and has checked out with only 3 laps to go.
Ferreira suddenly has to dial long distance if he does want to make that call. As into third is Fredrickson. He is comfortably right now. Gilliam is the lapper, and he'll get by. That's your podium, though. It's Snyder, it's Ferreira, and it's Fredrickson. As in fourth, it's still Joe Miller, and Pike is up into 5th.
2 laps to go to see who wins the final $1,000 to win feature. As white flag now out for Superman, Stuart Snyder, 1 to go.
Downstairs off of turn number 2, up the racetrack into 3, off of 4 for the final time. Unstoppable at Crawford County Speedway so far this year, Superman Stuart Snyder.
Snyder wins. Monty Ferreira in second. Casey Fredrickson in third. Fourth is going to go to Joe Miller as Gunnar Pike is going to round out that top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, if you have a Mods for Mindy shirt, please make your way down to Victory Lane. We would love to get a picture with all of you who have one of those shirts. So if you have one of those Mods for Mindy shirts, please make your way down there. We would love to get a quick picture with everybody.